Pranali Srimate Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Vishesha Srimati Shakti Shanine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta-Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare. Okay, so we are celebrating the appearance of Balaram, the older brother of Krishna. So this will be about 1 week before Janmashtami, right? And we have here, of course, we will have a verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Vaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Vaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So this is the verse. It's from the Adilila chapter 5 verse 4. Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram Tahara Dvitiya Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram. Translation: The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnations. Lord Balaram is his second body.
Превод. Върховната божествена личност Кришна е източникът на всички инкарнации. Бог Баларам е второто му тяло.
So, generally now I have from the Dasha Avatara Stotra to chant this sloka. We could do it without harmonium, unfortunately. Where does my thing disappear?
What's here?
Oh, you can. Alright. Vasiva Pushi Vishare Vasanam Jaladavam Halahati Bhiti Bilita Yamunabam Keshabadrita Haladara Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Mahasiva Pushirisha Deva Sanam Jaladavam Halahati Iti Malita Yamunabam Keshavadrita Haladara Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Vasiva Pushirisha Deva Sanam Jaladhavam Halahati Bhiti Milita Yamunhavam Keshapatrita Haladhara Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Siva Pushirisha Deva Sanam Jaladhavam Halahati Bhiti Milita Yamunabam Keshavadrita Haladhara Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Jaya Jagadisha Hare Mahasiva Pushi Vishare Janadavam Harahati Priti Milita Yamunavam Keshavadrita Narahare Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Joy. So let's see. I think we want to have the translation. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a plow-wielding Balaram, all glories to you. On your brilliant white body you wear garments colored like a fresh rain cloud, and the river Yamuna, whom you frighten with the blows of your plow.
О Кешева, о Господи на Вселената, о Бог Хари, който е приел формата на носещия пук Баларам. Цялата става на теб. Твоето сияйно бяло тяло носи дрехи с цвета на дъждовен облак и река Ямуна, която ти изплаши с твоят пук.
All right. So let's continue. This is from Adilila, the next verse, 5:5. Krishna and Balaram are one and the same identity. They differ only in form. Lord Balaram is the first bodily expansion of Krishna, and he assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes.
Това е следващия текст от Адилила 5. Тези Кришна и Баларам имат една и съща идентичност. Те се различават само по форма. Бог Баларам е първото телесно разширение на Кришна и той помага в трансценденталното забавление на Кришна.
In the pastimes in Goloka, Balaram is the leader of the cowherd boys.
Забавленията в Голока Баларам е водача на пастирчетата.
In the letter, so we have a pranam mantra for Balaram, which is this one. And before we chant this, we can chant it together. We have the translation. It's from Darga Samhita. I glorify Lord Balaram, decorated with a glittering crown, bracelets, tinkling ornaments, moving locks of hair on his cheeks.
Възхвалявам Бог Баларам, който е украсен с сияйна корона, гривни и блестящи орнаменти, които и движещи се кичури коса върху бузата му.
Splendid earrings on his handsome lotus face and garments dark like monsoon clouds, holding a great club and plow, fulfilling all desires and handsome like a mountain of ice and snow.
Носещ сияйни обици върху красивото си лотосово лице и дрехи с цвета на мусонен облак, държащ в ръцете си огромен пластоган и падъчник, който изпълнява всички желания, е красив като планина с сняг и лед.
Okay, so this is the verse. Spurat amala kiritam kinkini kankanarham.
Spurat amala kinkini kankanarham.
Chalat alaka kapolam kundala shri mukhabjam.
Chalat alaka kapolam kundala shri mukhabjam.
Tuhinagiri manugyam nila megam bharadhyam.
Tuhinagiri manokyam nila megham bharadhyam.
Halamusala vishalam kamapalam samide.
Halamusala vishalam kamapalam samide.
Okay, so next verse in Adilila, verse number 6. Lord Krishna appeared in Navadvip as Lord Chaitanya and Balaram appeared with him as Lord Nityananda.
Изначалният Бог Кришна се появи в Навадвипа като Бог Чайтания и Баларам се появи с него като Бог Нитянанда.
Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is the same servitor Godhead, Balaram, performs the same service to Lord Gauranga by constant association.
Нитянанда Прабhu, същият слуга на Бога Баларам, извършва същото служене към Бога Гауранга с постоянно общуване.
In order to serve Krishna, Balaram expands himself into 5 forms.
За да служи на Кришна, Баларам се разширява в 5 форми.
And this is the next verse in Adi Leela describing this. Sankarshana karana tosha shayi garboda shayi cha payoda shayi sheshyascha yasyang sakala sanitya nindakya rama sharanam mamastu. May Sri Nityananda Ram be the object of my constant remembrance.
Нека винаги помня Шри Нитянанда Рам.
Sankarshan, Sheshanaga and the Vishnus who lie on the Karana ocean, Garbha ocean and ocean of milk are his plenary portions and the portions of his plenary portions.
Шешанага и Вишну формите, които лежат върху океаните Карана, Гарбха и океан от мляко, са негови пълни разширения и части от неговите пълни разширения.
So here we have an explanation by Prabhupada in the purport that Balaram expands himself into 5 forms.
Прабхупада в коментара обяснява как Баларам се разширява в 5 форми.
So the first one is Maha Sankarshan, who resides in the spiritual world.
Първата форма е Маха Санкаршан, който обитава в духовния свят.
Then we have Karunadakashaya Vishnu, he manifests all the universes.
След това е Карунадакашая Вишну, който проявява всички вселени.
Then Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, who enters into each universe.
След това Карунадакашая Вишну влиза във всяка вселена.
And Kshirodakashaya Vishnu, who enters into each heart and atom as the super soul.
Kshirodakashaya Vишну, който влиза във всеки атом и всяко сърце.
And then we have Sheshanaga, who serves as the bed of Vishnu and holds all the planets on his hoods.
След това е Шешанага, който служи като легло на Вишну и поддържа всички планети върху главите си.
So these 5 plenary portions are responsible for both the spiritual and material cosmic manifestations.
Тези 5 разширения са отговорни и за духовното и материално проявление.
Lord Balaram is the original Sankarshan. In these 5 forms he assists Lord Krishna in his activities.
Бог Баларам е изначалният Санкаршан. В тези 5 форми той помага на Кришна в неговите дейности.
The first 4 of these forms are responsible for the cosmic manifestations, whereas Shesha is responsible for personal service to the Lord.
Първите 4 са отговорни за космичните проявления, докато Шеша отговаря за личното служение на Бога.
Shesha is called Ananta or unlimited because he assists the personality of Godhead in his unlimited expansions by performing an unlimited variety of services.
Шеша е наречен Ананта или безкрайен, защото той помага на върховната божествена личност в безкрайните му разширения, като извършва безкрайно разнообразие от служения.
Sri Balaram is the servitor Godhead who serves Lord Krishna in all affairs of existence and knowledge.
Шри Баларам е Бога слуга, който служи на Кришна във всички дейности на съществуването и знанието.
Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is the same servitor Godhead, Balaram, performs the same service to Lord Gauranga by constant association.
Бог Нитянанда Прабу, който е същия Бог слуга, Баларам, извършва същото служение към Бог Гауранга с постоянно общуване.
In the Upanishads it is stated, Nayam Atma Bala Hinena Labhya. The purport is that one cannot attain the supreme platform of self-realization without being sufficiently favored by Balaram.
Упанишадите се казва Наям Атма Бала Хинена Лабхя. Смисълът е, че човек не може да постигне висшето ниво на самопознание без достатъчно да е благословен от Баларама.
This is from Krishna book, Prabhupada's purport. Bala does not mean physical strength.
Текстът е от Кришна бук. Думите на Прабхупад. Бала не означава физическа сила.
No one can attain spiritual perfection by physical strength.
Никой не може да достигне духовно съвършенство с физическа сила.
One must have the spiritual strength which is infused by Balaram or Sankarshan.
Човек трябва да има духовна сила, която е дадена от Баларам или Санкаршан.
Ananta or Shesha is the source of the power which sustains all the planets in their different positions.
Ананта или Шеша е източник на цялата сила, която поддържа планетите в техните позиции.
Materially, this sustaining power is known as the law of gravitation, but actually it is a display of the potency of Sankarshan.
Материално тази поддържаща сила е известна като законът на гравитацията, но всъщност това е проявление на енергията на Санкаршан.
Balaram or Sankarshan is the source of spiritual power or the original spiritual master.
Баларам или Санкаршан е източникът на духовно могъщество или изначалният духовен учител.
Therefore, Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is also the incarnation of Balaram, is the original spiritual master.
И затова е Бог Нитянанда Прабу, който е инкарнация на Баларам, е изначалният духовен учител.
And the spiritual master is the representative of Balaram, the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead who supplies spiritual strength.
И духовният учител е представител на Баларам, формата на върховната божествена личност, даряваща духовна сила.
So, we will read something from Chaitanya Shikshamrita by Bhakti-yoga Thakur, where he describes the different demons in Krishna Lila who actually represent different anarthas, unwanted things in the heart, and the devotee, how he has to overcome these anarthas to progress in spiritual life.
Сега ще прочетем текст от Chaitanya Shikshamrita от Bhakti-yoga Thakur, където той описва различни демони от събавленията на Кришна, които представят всъщност нашите анарти или нежелани замърсявания в сърцето, които са пречка в духовния напредък.
So this is from this book. The serious chanter of Harinam should in the beginning address the Lord and pray to him for the power to overcome all unfavorable contaminations.
Сериозният предан, който повтаря Харинама, трябва в началото да се обърне към Бога и да се моли за силата да преодолее всички неблагоприятни замърсявания.
By doing this, the heart becomes purified.
Като прави това, сърцето се пречиства.
If the devotee humbly prays to Krishna to remove all the obstacles in the heart that are represented by the demons that Krishna personally killed, Krishna will certainly do so.
Ако преданът смирено се моли на Кришна да отстрани всички препятствия в сърцето, които са представени от демоните, които Кришна лично убива, Кришна несъмнено ще го направи.
However, all the obstacles represented by the demons that Balaram personally killed must be driven out by the determined efforts of the devotees themselves.
Обаче всички демони, които са убити лично от Баларам, замърсяването, които представляват те, сърцето трябва да бъдат преодолени чрез решителните усилия на самите предани.
So it's not automatically, just after some time they will automatically disappear.
Това означава, че те не изчезват автоматично след някакво време.
And Bhakti-yoga Thakur says this is the secret of Raja Bhajan.
Bhakti-yoga Thakur обяснява, че това е тайната на Раджа Бхаджан.
So now we'll see a few demons that Balaram killed.
Сега ще видим някои от демоните, които Баларам убива.
So Denuka Sura represents the bad mentality ignorant of spiritual knowledge, which carries the heavy loads of foolishness and superstition.
Денука Сура представя лошият менталитет, невежеството за духовно знание, което носи тежкият товар на глупостта и неверие.
Okay. So then we have Pralamba Asura represents superficially performed bhakti, while actually entertaining lust for women or men. And nowadays we have to amplify this, broaden the spectrum to all kinds of in-between whatever. The long list nowadays. Money, worship and high position.
Пралама Сура представя повърхностното следване на бхакти, докато действителност човек отне и има поход към жени или мъже или всички други категории. Днеска списъка е дълъг. Пари, обожание и висша позиция.
So we can see where all our problems come from.
Ето, виждаме откъде идват всичките ни проблеми.
There's Pralamba in the background.
Пралама Сура. Той е за сцената ни на шепа.
The little devil in your ear.
Дявол, който шепне в ухото ми.
So the aspiring devotees must remove these obstacles by their own efforts, aided by the mercy of Krishna.
Преданите трябва да премахнат тези препятствия със собствените усилия, подпомагане на уста на Кришна.
So let's have a look at these a little closer.
Нека да се гледаме в това по-близо.
Here we have Denuka. It means ass, you know, stupid.
Значи мага.
Asura means demon. Yeah, very simple.
Асура значи демон.
So Denukasura represents ignorance of one's swarupa.
Денукасура представя невежеството по отношение на нашата сварупа.
Swarupa means your real identity as a spirit soul in relation with Krishna.
Сварупа значи истинската ни духовна идентичност във връзка с Кришна.
And now we are conscious of our rupa, the external form. I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm Bulgarian, I'm Chinese, or even maybe German.
Се отъждествяваме с външната ни форма на тялото и си мислим, че сме българин, китаец или дори германец.
And you become very proud, depending where you have been born.
И се възгордяваш, зависимо от това къде си.
What kind of body you have.
Какво тяло имаш.
You know, if you can go like this and or you go like this, whatever you do, then people become completely mesmerized. So this is Denuka is involved in this kind of ignorance. Then also ignorance of the identity of Harinam, the holy name of the Lord.
Също той представя невежество по отношение на идентичността на Харинам.
Ignorance of the identity of Krishna.
Също невежество по отношение на идентичността на Кришна.
And immersion in avidya, false knowledge.
И потапяне в авидя, смарно знание.
So with great and sincere endeavor, the devotees themselves must strive to remove these obstacles.
С огромни и искрени усилия преданите трябва да се опитват да премахнат тези препятствия.
I mean, it's very logical. Ignorance doesn't just go away by itself.
Логично е, невежеството само не си отива.
One has to acquire knowledge by hearing from the proper source.
Човек трябва да придобие знание, като слуша от правилния източник.
And then, if possible, apply it in one's life. Otherwise, it just remains some theoretical idea.
И доколкото е възможно да го прилага в живота, иначе то ще остане теория.
Which practically is useless.
Което е безполезно.
Unless it's applied, what's the point?
Ако не се прилага, какъв е смисъла?
So ignorance has to be removed by our endeavor. It will not just disappear. You may become old and maybe 50 years, 60 years in this movement and you're still stupid.
Невежеството трябва да се премахне със собствени усилия. Човек може да остарее, дори да е 50 години в това движение и да остане невеж и глупав.
I know by experience.
Аз знам това от опит.
So then Pralamba Sura represents different things. First of all, pride.
Също Пралама Сура представя различни неща, като гордост.
Yeah, and if you remember Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, the first thing when he makes a list of the demoniac qualities.
Ако се спомняте в 16-та глава Бхагавад Гита, Кришна дава списък с демоничните качества.
The first one is pride.
И първото от тях е гордост.
The second one is arrogance.
Второто е арогантност.
And the third one, what is it? Deceit. It's like the three are practically synonymous. So pride is very prominent.
измама и те са като синоними, но гордостта е много доминираща.
We may not think always about this, but it's the first of the demonic qualities and enumerated 3 times in different ways.
И може да не мислим за това често, но това е първото демонично качество, подчертано 3 пъти по различен начин.
Yeah, Damba and Abhiman. Abhiman is the false thinking, I am this, I am that. So then uncontrolled sex desire.
Следващото е неовладяно сексуално желание.
We don't want to get into the details, everybody knows,
Всички знаят за това.
especially nowadays very prominent. Greed for material objects and wealth.
Алчност за материални обекти и богатство.
So you want more and more.
Искаме още и още.
That's also very observable. You have the aim to get 1 million levas, which is not that much, but not many people have it. So then if you have it, you want 10, and if that, and then you want 100, and like that, and it goes on and on.
Ако имаш цел да постигнеш 1 милион лева, което не е много, но после искаш 10-100.
So like Vamanadeva points out to Bali Maharaj, greed has no limit.
Както Ваманадев изтъква пред Бали Махарадж, че алчността няма ограничение.
Yeah, even if you have the whole universe, you want more.
Дори да имаш цялата вселена, искаш още.
Because, he himself was Vishvajit. He had conquered the whole universe. He knew by
имал този опит, той бил Вишваджит, покорил цялата вселена.
So then, endeavor for material enjoyment.
След това идва усилието за материално наслаждение.
And the desire for being worshipped and gain a high position.
И желанието за висока позиция и да бъдеш обожаван.
Yeah. So understanding these proclivities to be very detrimental to spiritual progress, the devotee should make great disciplined efforts to remove them.
Разбирайки, че склонността към тези неща са пагубни за духовния напредък, преданите трябва да полагат велики дисциплинирани усилия да ги премахнат.
So that's already a problem, because we may not be so much convinced that all of these things are not good.
Вече е проблем, защото може да не сме самите убедени, че тези неща не са добри.
We're still maybe aspiring for some of these things.
Все още може да се стремим към някои от тези неща.
And maybe, I will use it in Krishna service, of course.
Разбира се, да си мислим, аз ще ги използвам за служение на Кришна.
This is always a good reason.
Yeah.
But if the humility is sincere, one really understands this, then Krishna will be merciful.
Но ако тяхното смирение е искрено, със сигурност Кришна ще бъде милостив.
Yeah, you really have to want it, otherwise it will not happen.
Човек наистина трябва да го иска, иначе няма да се случи.
And if this is there, real humility, then Baladev will make his appearance.
И ако истинското смирение присъства, Баладев ще се появи.
And all the obstacles will be destroyed in a second, another hyperbole.
И всички препятствия ще бъдат унищожени за миг. Това е друг пример за хипербола.
So, very soon.
Ashu,
who knows what Ashu means?
Кой знае какво е това? Ashu скоро.
You have this, what is it? Vasudeva Bhagavati, Bhakti-yoga Prayojitaha, Jana Yadashu, Ashu, Vairagyam, Jnana Vairagyam Ahaitukam, that knowledge and detachment will very soon, if you begin devotional service. So I'm wondering, after 50 years, is it soon 50 or 100 maybe soon, or what is soon? Or 2 lifetimes? 10 lifetimes? I don't know. Not a second.
Където се казва, че когато човек започне практиката на бхакти, знанието и отречението много скоро се проявяват и се чуе това скоро. Ашо дали означава някакво време, 50 години, един живот, много животи.
Yes, I mean, who was it? Vasudev Datta, who was first told to go away, and then to get the mercy of the Lord, it would be in some billion lifetimes, and he was dancing in ecstasy. At least he would know that after so many lifetimes I would be again. Something like that. You remember that? Mukunda Datta, okay. Get the facts straight.
Но кандидата, почитаря казва, че не иска да го вижда след 10 милиона живота и той започва да се радва.
Well, so that's very soon.
И той се радва, почва да скача от радост, че след 10 милиона ще го което е много скоро.
At least you know it's not forever.
Знаеш, че не е за винаги.
So, okay, then step by step, progress in the cultivation of bhakti will take place. Then, if Balarama appears and he will help to destroy these obstacles, once they are destroyed, then step by step, progress in the cultivation of bhakti will take place.
So they destroyed in a second, but then
yes. First, we have to destroy the obstacles. Then now we can progress.
След това стъпка по стъпка се случва напредъкът в култивирането на бхакти.
All right. It's 8:13, and now normally I have a song to be sung before we go on. What to do? We don't have much time now. Or what's the idea tonight?
We can continue tonight.
We can continue maybe from here.
With the song.
And we can sing actually. We can do that.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic! Yes. Okay, then we'll do that, and I'll stop right here. Yeah. Maybe there's some doubts or questions or comments, maybe to enlighten us a little more about Balaram's function. And there's one purport, I don't have it here, but it's also about Krishna Balaram, Gauravani for getting strength in the 7th canto. So we'll see, maybe we can incorporate that. Yeah, one point, I mean, is like, we should know that you can't overcome obstacles by your own strength.
Едно нещо, което трябва да разберем, че не може да преодолеем със собствени усилия препятствията.
I mean, Daiviyesha, Gunamaya, Manamaya, Duratyaya, Maya is very strong. We shouldn't underestimate her power.
Мая е изключително силна, не трябва да омаловажаваме силата ѝ.
And we are, really tiny. We may think that's not really our Swarupa. The Swarupa is very, very small. And it's like being in an ocean. We have this analogy so many times, you're thrown in the ocean, like the other day we read, yesterday, the purport, Michimaya Boshehaya. What is it? Habudububai means one comes and tries to get some air while the waves. I have experience of it. Maybe you also have experience, when you're swimming in the waves, we shouldn't do, it's dangerous. And then they're always coming on top of you, and you try to get air. That's why people drown. It's a very uncomfortable situation.
Вчера пяхме тази песен Бхакти-йога, Хабудубай, значи да се бориш с вълните и да опитваш да поемеш въздух и е опасно, ако плувате във вълни, те винаги ви заливат отгоре и така хора да се дават.
Yeah, it's like being thrown because the waves are more stronger than you, that's for sure. We know this.
Вълните са по-силни от нас, това го знаем.
And these are small waves.
Това са малки вълни.
And as soon as there are some waves like this, like we had, there's immediately the red flag. In the areas which are guarded, you're not allowed to swim because then they have to go and rescue you, and that's dangerous also.
Дори при такива вълни веднага има червен флаг, това е забранено капането, защото трябва да ги спасяват, което също е опасно.
And then very soon, I've experienced one time in Malaga it happened. There was somebody who was struggling. You could see. The person would have probably drowned. And I was already old, 10 years ago. And I thought, well, it's not so far in. Maybe I can do something. So I went. I couldn't do much, and I was then beginning to struggle. And then, fortunately, there was an English guy on the beach, strong. And he came, and I managed to get out, and he rescued this other guy. And when I came out on the beach, I just dropped, and no strength at all. I just made it to get out of the water. So, yeah, that's our position in the material world, overpowered by Maya's waves,
Това е нашата
relentless, all the time coming.
Материалният свят. Неустоимо вълните на Майя ни заливат и ни правят слаби и ние не можем да се справим, както моят опит е в Мала. Наведнъж имаше такива вълни и човек започна да се дави. Аз реших, че не е толкова далече навътре, ще го спася. Отидах и аз самия почнах да се боря. Добре, че имаше англичанин, който успя да спаси него. Аз се измъкнах сам, но после лежах и някакви сили.
But for Balarama, it's very easy. It's like that's why it's pastime. Here we have him just sitting on top of this Pralambasura, give him a slap, and the demon is finished.
Върху този демон просто го удря и край.
Or he takes this ass, just
взема багато,
throws it into a tree. And then they're hanging there in different colors. Of course, it has to be colorful. Not like our asses; they're all gray. You have blue asses and red asses and yellow asses, like a festival.
Трябва да е като фестивал. Багатата били сини, оранжеви, червени, всякакви, не като нашите само сини багати.
The Denuka killing festival,
Фестивал за убиването на Денука и приятели.
So, we have to get some help, and as Bhakti-yoga Thakur explains, if one sincerely wants it, Krishna and Balaram will be there to help.
И трябва да сме искрени, наистина да желаем да се премахнем тези препятствия и тогава Кришна и Баларам помагат.
Same goes for the Singadev. It's the same idea. One has to really want, and then the Lord can go and be in the heart, and with his, nails and the teeth, he will rip apart those desires.
Същото важи и за Бог Хрев. Ако сме искрени и силно желаем, той в сърцето му своите ногти и зъби ще разкъса замърсяването.
But because the Lord respects our independence, this little independence we have, if the desire is not sincere, he will not intervene. He will let us do our thing.
Но понеже Богът зачита нашето желание, ако види, че все още не искаме наистина да се отървем, той ще ни остави да си правим нещата.
That's natural. Should be. It's like that.
Това е естествено.
He doesn't force.
Той не ни насилва.
You want to be in Maya? No problem. She is my servant. She'll provide you with whatever you want.
Тя ми е слуга и ще ти достави всичко, което искаш.
But then at the end you'll get the bill. You have to pay.
Но накрая ще получиш сметка, трябва да си платиш.
And if you don't have any money in the bank account, you'll be punished. Even with the money, you will be punished. So anyway, okay. Enough said. We have, I don't know, maybe some minutes more if somebody. Anything? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm always looking this way. I have to this way.
Има ли връзка между Баларам и Шеша като божествена енергия с енергията кундалини в човека и защо някои духовни течения държат много на кундалини, други изглежда не?
Is there any connection between Balaram and Shesha and the Kundalini, Shakti, and why some spiritualists are very...
I have no idea.
Не знаю.
I doubt if I look for it in the Veda base, if I find something Prabhupada saying anything about this.
Съмнявам се, че ще открия Прабхупад да говори нещо в тази връзка.
So, which doesn't mean it may be, but for us, as far as I'm concerned, I don't really care.
Но що се отнася до нас, ние не сме толкова загрижени.
Yeah, some people like this Kundalini idea. There's even Kundalini yoga and all that stuff.
Някои хора харесват тази идея за
Yeah, you can do that. But be aware of the snake.
Може да го направиш, но трябва да си внимаваш с змията.
You awaken the snake and it comes up.
Събуждаш змията, тя идва.
Who knows?
Кой знае?
Шеша змия и кундалини змия, значи.
Шеша is a snake and Kundalini.
Well, yeah, Shesha is a snake, but it's not an ordinary snake.
Не е обикновена змия.
And Kundalini probably also is not. I mean, these things are there, but for us, it's not so important.
За нас не е толкова важно.
We don't have any instructions by our spiritual master to cultivate Kundalini, as far as I'm aware. Have you heard, Maharaj, about Kundalini yoga for us to do? Did Prabhupada ever said anything like that? No. So that's, I mean, we don't say it's wrong or it's not good or it may be beneficial for some people, but as far as we are concerned, we were never told to do this.
Не казваме, че е грешно, може би има полза за някои хора, просто на нас не е дадено това.
It's all related to the Ashtanga yoga system
Right.
that was being practiced in Satya Yoga.
Yeah.
It's impossible to
Well,
practice in
Arjuna said, I mean, I cannot do this.
Това е свързано с Аштанга йога, която е била препоръчена за Сати йога. На практика е почти невъзможно. Нещо време.
But, all right, if you do this type of yoga, which is like gymnastics, right? Breathing, it has some effect, okay? Yeah, sure.
Но този тип йога, която е физическа и механична, има ефект, така че е добре.
Like, they always, not always, but this time also, I was asked to give a lecture or a talk to the people who come here, right?
Yeah.
They are all inclined to yoga, more or less. You can see them in the morning, doing all kinds of stuff. So then what's the topic? How to balance the mind. Okay.
За хората, които идват тук и други, те обичат да правят йога, някакви упражнения, темите, които ги вълнуват, как да балансират ума.
Because everybody's in anxiety.
Всички имат безпокойство.
That's how it is. That's already Prahlad Maharaj said. That's the nature of the material world.
Това е което казва и Пралад Махарадж. Това е природата на този свят.
Sada samudvigna diya asatgrahat. Why are they in anxiety? Because of false identification with something temporary.
А защо се безпокоят? Защото погрешно се обездействят с нещо временно.
So, okay, you can pacify your mind by some breathing.
Може да успокоиш ума с дишане.
Disconnecting, right?
Се откъснеш.
Finally disconnect from your work, from your whatever, which always your mind is like going. You can't practically sleep. People have a problem to sleep because they're always thinking and in anxiety and so many problems that are unsolved.
Хората не могат дори да спят от това, че не могат да спрат да мислят за проблемите, които не могат да решат.
So then you come here, you take a break.
Идваш тук и вземаш си почивка.
And do some yoga.
Правиш йога.
And awaken the kundalini a little bit.
Пробуждаш малко кундалини.
And then you go back to work and
После се връщаш на работа.
that's it, back in anxiety.
Пак се потапаш безпокойство.
And then you try to do 15 minutes a day, some yoga to pacify the mind again.
После пак опитваш по 15 минути йога да успокоиш ума.
But I think we know by experience, and you can ask anybody of these people. Is there any permanent solution?
Дали може да ги питаме дали някой успял така устойчиво да намери решение на този проблем?
No. I mean, as I said, it may help in some way, but it's not. We are looking for a permanent, solution to the problem, not just some, how Prabhupada said, blowing the boil, blowing the boil just to get some relief.
Ние търсим крайното окончателно решение, а не просто временно да облегчим болката, като Прабхупада, например, да духаме върху Сирия.
We want to go to the root of the problem.
Искаме да решим проблема в корена.
And that cannot be solved by this type of exercise.
И този проблем не може да се реши чрез физически упражнения.
Because the demons are still there.
Защото демоните в сърцето все още остават.
Right? Ignorance of your own identity, ignorance of the holy name of God, so then what do you expect?
Невежество по отношение на твоята идентичност на Бога, какво да очаквам?
And so many desires which are unfulfilled and will remain unfulfilled.
И много желания, които са осъществени и ще останат такива.
So it's okay. Cultivate pacify your kundalini, but be aware of the snake.
Внимавай се с змията.
I was thinking that even devotees know a little bit about pride. We're dealing with pride. We're dealing with pride. And devotees. How does Krishna deal with devotees who are dealing with pride?
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer.
Се справя с гордостта на преданите. Задавай въпрос, който не искаш да чуеш отговор.
I mean, it depends on the devotee and of how Krishna has his way each person is individual, how to teach us our lessons.
Зависи от предания и всеки индивидуално си Кришна има различни начини как да ни научи урок.
As we know, there's this verse, what is it? Harishye Danang Shanai. Very soon then I take everything away. Anugrahami. If I favor somebody, then I may take away everything, Krishna says to Yudhishthira.
Кришна казва на Юдхиштира, ако аз съм много благосклонен към някой, може да му отнеме всичко.
So that may happen. Things that you are proud of may be taken away.
От които се гордееш, могат да ти бъдат отнети.
No. I think we have observed this more than one time.
Виждали сме това повече от един път.
So then it depends on you how you take it.
И тогава вече зависи от вас как ще го приемете.
Because you can either then realize what has happened and become a little humble. Eat humble pie, as they say in America.
Или ще разбереш какво се е случило, ще се смириш, както казва в Америка, да издадеш смирения пай.
Or you become resentful.
Или пък ще възнегодуваш.
You don't accept that this is a good thing.
И да не приемеш, че това е нещо добро.
Then you may look for reasons, external reasons. You know, these people are against me, and they have done this or have done that, and whatever.
Търсиш външни обяснения на случващото се, търсиш вината в другите хора.
It's very difficult to give up.
Много трудно е да се изостави.
Because, as Prabhupada says, even the pauper is proud of his penny.
Както казва Прабхупада, дори и бедняка се гордее със своите стотинки.
If one has really some qualities you may become proud of, you could say understandable.
И ако имаш наистина качества, от които може да се възгордееш, е разбираемо.
But often pride is in something which is like, what are you proud of?
Често обаче гордостта не може човек да види за какво точно се гордее.
But therefore it's called false
Затова се нарича измамна гордост.
There's no reason to be proud, but still one, they think, I'm the greatest.
Въпреки това човек си мисля, аз съм най-велики.
Anybody who has some, then what is this? But the person is very much convinced.
Всички други могат да си кажат как е възможно, но личността да е напълно убедена.
Greatest country on the earth. But everybody thinks like that.
Това е най-великата страна, в която живее. Всички си мислят така.
The Germans thought like that.
Германците си мислят така.
Now the Russians think like this.
Сега руснаците мислят
The
така.
Chinese think like this for sure. The Americans think like that.
Американците мислят.
Bulgarians, I'm not sure.
Even they, some of them.
So who does it?
It all came from here, Sanskrit, everything.
Yeah, India for sure. It's Jai Hind. It's like we are the greatest, and anybody else will cut their head off. No?
Ние сме най-великите, на всички други ще го трежем глави.
So, and then death will just take away everything.
И после смъртта отнема всичко.
And we see it, but
ние го виждаме.
We still go on.
И въпреки продължава.
It's unbelievable, actually.
Невероятно.
The Prabhupada always, where's Napoleon? Where's Hitler? Where are these people? Where's the Roman Empire? The British Empire? Everybody thinks like, and then just destroyed.
Прабхупада често каже, къде е Наполеон, Хитлер, къде е Римската империя? Всичко изчезва.
Now the Trump guy is like, no comment, But anyway, even the pauper, practically everybody is proud of something. And I'm the best. It's only that people haven't realized yet. Damba. Damba, Abhiman, there was a third one. Darpana. Darpan means a mirror. You look at the mirror. You say, so, how are you doing today? Or do you think, so, Okay, huh? ¿Cómo me encuentras? How do you say this? How do you... We had a... Anyway, it's like, you know, you go in front of the mirror and, wow, you know, yeah, you look good. We can improve a little bit. You know. We have a hard time. We just have a little little seeker at the end, you know, that nobody sees. But if you have hair, the tendency is to go this way and that way. Put it up, make a knot, you know, put it in front, put it up with some, and put some color on it, maybe. I mean, there's a whole big business, multi-million business of taking care of hair. And eyelashes. You know. And nails. I mean, nails is like unbelievable. And what about fingernails? What's so great about fingernails? Who has their nails colored? Okay. Because, I mean, you just look around something. Don't look too much. You know. But in temple rooms, you can see a lot of colored nails. Anyway, and it's not a million, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, global. Just nails. Artificial nails, of course. You can get any kind of shape and form and color and put them on. You know. And you're proud of it. And what about toenails? That's even worse. You know? I mean, who cares for toenails? But they're very carefully painted. Do they also stick things on toenails? Not yet, no.
Yes,
that's the next step. I think it's an industry nobody has thought about. You could make a lot of money. Propose stick-ons for your toenails. Maybe it gets in the way when you put on shoes. That's why they don't do it. So anyway, so pride is not so easy to deal with.
When I look in the mirror, I think there's something wrong with the mirror.
He doesn't reflect your real image, I understand. Yeah.
I always expect something when I see myself. There's something wrong with it.
Yeah, you should get a curved mirror, you know. Either this way or that way. Then it will change. So 8:35, I think we are obliged to stop. So we'll continue tonight with this. Next will be a song. The Balarama is in the song. Not only, but he's there. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantaraj Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Balaram ji ki jai, Hare Krishna.